Hello everyone, today I'm reading Wings of Fire. This is the fourth book, The Dark Secret. Now, let's start. I am on page 40. So, this is The Dark Secret. The large Nightwing ducked into a mouth-like opening on the highest level of the fortress. The tunnels here were lit with hanging chandeliers of torches, as well as the niches of coal Starflight had seen before. The stones, the stone under his talons looked smoother and more polished, as if it was frequently swept or mopped, unlike the lower tunnels. Starflight followed the gold dragon prince in the Sky Palace, the emerald-studded stone in the kingdom of the sea, and the colorful flowers that wound all around the Redmond village. There was nothing like that here, nothing to break up the monotony of the stone walls, and nothing to showcase the wealth and power of the Nightwings. Then again, I guess no one really comes here, he thought, instead of trying to impress the other dragons and pop with whatever that word is, I don't know. They do it with mystery. He could see how that would make sense, but it would also be nice to see something besides fire and rock all in all directions. As they turned the corner, Starflight paused and looked back. He thought he heard, but maybe he was imagining things. But it sounded like claws tip-tapping on the stone behind him. He stared along the dark tunnel, and suddenly had a shivery of hope. Maybe it's Glory, he thought. Maybe she's here in camouflage. Maybe she's come to rescue me. He couldn't imagine how she would have gone past the Nightwing guards who must have posted around the hole. In fact, if he were in charge, he would have stuck a Nightwing in the tunnel at all times, just to be sure no one could invisibly squeeze by. But maybe the Nightwings were not that smart. There was again tap tap tap. Definitely counts. Although it wasn't doing a terrific job of being stealthy. Glory was much better at sneaking than that, maybe Clay. It was awful how big his chest turned with hope if only we were Clay. If only that big brown head would poke around the bend, see him, and grin. Starflight promised the universe he would never ever make fun of Clay again, and only the Mudwing would suddenly be here rescuing him. Keep up, Morsha growled from ahead. Starflight realized that he was really being an idiot. If someone were trying to sneak up behind them and rescue him, it wouldn't be much help, and Starflight stood there, staring at them. He started to turn around to follow Marl's here, but just then a head did poke out around the last corner. It wasn't Clay, or Glory, or Tsunami, or even Sunny. It was just a Nightwing Dragonette. She stared right at him for a startled moment, but then he shrugged and turned away. But at the same time she yelped, "Oh my gosh, it's you," and bolted up to him, grabbing his front talons. "I had a vision about you," she declared grandly. He froze in the act of trying to pull his talons away. "Have you ever had any visions of me?" "You did?" Starflight said, blinking. She appeared to be his own age. So she was having visions that meant Dragonettes did develop their own powers before they were full grown, which means Starflight should have something by now. But he didn't. Whenever he tried to read minds or see the future, it was like staring into the night sky, empty and cold and meaningless. He hadn't admitted that the Marl's here yet. Speaking of whom, the four now trembled ominously as the other Nightwing came thundering back along the tunnel to them. He nearly popped out of his skull when he saw the new Dragonette. "Thanks, Beaker!" He roared so loud that Starflight thought the volcano might erupt right then. "I told you to stay in your cave with the others." "I know I heard you," she said cheerfully. "But I got bored and I wanted to explore and I saw you flying by. So I thought I'd come to. I can't believe I'm in the Nightwing Fortress at last. I've had a lot of Prof here dreams about it. You know, she said conspiracy to Starflight. She still had her front talons pressed against hers, although and though it was actually bigger and lighter and smelled way less terrible. Plus, it had lots more treasure and seriously less grassy dragons. Maybe they were just regular dreams. Fate speaker. Marl Shear hissed. What did I just say about keeping your visions to yourself? You said shut up about your visions. I'm not remotely interested. But that doesn't mean this dragon isn't interested. Aren't you interested? She said to Starflight. He was, but he didn't know. But he did not think it would be wise to admit this in front of Marlseer, who had smoke rising from his nostrils. Starflight tried to study the dragon net without obviously staring. Fate Speaker's black scales shimmered with underscales of deep blue and purple like Starflight's wings. Hers were scattered with silvery scales on the underside, so they looked like parts of the night sky, but unlike his, Fate Speaker had several extra silver scales, one on the outside corner of each eye, a band circling one angle, and a few lone ones sparkling along her tail like starry freckles. Anyway, I know you're terribly important, she said to him, loosening his talons, and we have a great destiny together. We do, he thought hopefully. Perhaps he was going to survive the Nightwing Fortress after all. Am I actually useful in this great destiny? Are my friends here? Am I with Sunny? He wished he could ask a question about Morris here, breathing furiously over their heads. Go back to the others, Marlos here ordered. Oh, can't I come with you? Fate Speaker asked. She gave Marlos here a pleading look. I foresee that I'll be really helpful with whatever you'll be about to do. And I also find it totally interesting. I don't think that counts as foreseeing, Starflight said, and it sounds more like guessing. Marlseer growled deep in his throat. Very well. Keep your mouth shut and don't get in the way. As if I would, Fate Speaker said happily, nearly stripping Starflight with her tail. Marlseer stomped away, muttering. Fate Speaker gave Starflight an enormous smile that reminded him of Sunny. He wondered if Sunny missed him, and whenever she felt anything like the ache that fills his chest whenever he thought of her. Oh my, sad face, Fate Speaker said, nudging Starflight's wing as they walked. Cheer up, what's your name? That wasn't in your vision. Starflight told us carelessly. He always wondered how much detail the visions had. The prophecy Marcia had delivered years ago was remarkably cryptic. But perhaps there was more information in the seer's head that he hadn't shared. Fate Speaker wobbles her head back and forth. Squinting doubtfully, oh of course, big toes. What the? That's funny. What? Starflight glanced down at his talons, a little offended. No, it's Starflight. Oh, are you sure? Quite sure. Well, you were close? That wasn't remarkably close. Hi, Starflight. I'm Fate Speaker. You're probably wondering why you've never seen me before. Starlight paused and misstepped in front of her. Am I? It's because I did not grow up here. She carried on bitter. Never mind. Without noticing his reaction. Marlseer growl echoed to the corridor as they both started walking faster. I only got to the island yesterday. I only know this was going to sound crazy, but I was ready for the talent of peace. Starflight walked straight into a chandelier. He staggered back, his head spinning. Oh, ouch, Fate Speaker said. She patted his shoulder grimly. That looked painful. Anyway, so turned him apart of this big dragon prophecy. Everyone is so excited. No, Starlight thought. I'm the wing of night, she said proudly. Marlshire says it's up to me to stop the war. For some reason, he's feeling a bit grumpy about it. Starlight felt all his hope flicker in and out. He even praying quietly that this was another Nightwing intervention to point him in the right direction. He yelled that he'd be giving another reflection that sent him back to his friends. Apparently, Fierce Steve was right. He was here because he failed, and Fate Speaker was his replacement. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I have reached page 45 already. And that is only part 1. Thank you guys.